Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the University of Pikeville is looking to further the success of all students. And the 24th annual Run to Recovery was hosted over the weekend to support a rehabilitation group in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:30 on July 24th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, all I have to say is don't let the cooler temperatures this morning fool you, because it's going to warm up and it's going to be hot.
You're going to walk out this morning and be like, wow, what is this? This is nice. And nope, it's going to smack you in the face a little bit later today.
We're feeling the summer temperatures this week for sure.
Exactly. Today is the coolest day of the week, if you can believe it, at 88 balmy degrees. All right, let's get into it this morning. A little bit of patchy fog still out there across parts of the area. You can see just a little bit over Mount Vernon this morning on I-75. A little light traffic down that way in Rockcastle County today. To start us off, 56 Clintwood, 66 in Monticello. Not much movement in the temperatures here in the last little bit. Some of them still sliding just a little bit. 88 this afternoon, but again, a stray rain chance possible for our northern neighbors a little bit later on today. I think it's going to hit kind of some drier air, but tonight we could see a little bit more slide in there in the overnight hours especially. We'll track it for you in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. A suspect stole a police vehicle and then crashed in downtown Lexington, injuring 2 officers. It started Saturday when officers were called out to a report of someone removing a manhole cover. Officials say the suspect assaulted an officer and then hopped in the cruiser and took off. That vehicle was later found crashed. One officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Another officer was treated at the scene. The driver of another vehicle involved in the crash went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the suspect was also taken to the hospital. Kentucky State Police, Jeffersonstown Police, and the FBI have worked together to secure a human trafficking arrest in Ashland. On Thursday, 29-year-old Anthony Smith was arrested after a search warrant was executed at his Ashland home. Investigators also seized several electronic devices. Smith has been charged with attempted human trafficking of a minor. He's being held in the Boyd County Detention Center on a $200,000 bond. Officials in Claiborne County are saying 1 person died and several sustained non-life-threatening injuries following a 2-boat collision on Norris Lake. Police say the incident happened near Norris Landing Marina around 8 p.m. Saturday. A Tennessee wildlife official says multiple wildlife officers were on the scene as the investigation developed. The vessels involved were a Chaparral and a Triton bass boat. The incident does not pose a threat to the marina. Police in Powell County are looking for a man who they say is armed and dangerous. Officials say that Cody Wayne Johnson stole this 2007 Ford Focus Friday. They say this image was taken around 1 p.m. Friday at the intersection of South Main and College Ave. Here is a mugshot shared by the Powell County Sheriff's Office. They say Johnson has been evading law enforcement. Police ask if you see Johnson or that vehicle to call 911 immediately. Kentucky State Park Rangers with the Whitley County Sheriff's Department helped rescue a person they say went over Cumberland Falls. Deputies say the person went over the falls in a kayak after 10 p.m. Friday night and was spotted by people below the falls. They say the person was alert and talking but was injured and taken to a hospital. Deputies want to remind you that trying to go over the falls is against the law. A deer needed rescue after it fell into a sunken sewer tank on Saturday. Officials with the Dickinson County, Virginia Sheriff's Office say they received a call of an animal in distress. Deputies say the deer was trapped in the sewer tank on Rakes Ridge Road. They say with help from the community, they were able to rescue the deer. The University of Pikeville has a lot of changes on its campus next semester, from a new bridge to a new program that hopes to bridge the classroom with the career field. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the incoming Center for Career, Vocation, and Leadership.
From the worksheets to the workforce.
They think about that first job they're going to have, but our world is evolving so quickly.
The University of Pikeville is hoping to help students find success in their future.
If they're not well equipped with how to navigate all of that, then in some ways we've done them as a disservice.
With a new center devoted to discovering a better equation for the transition from classroom to career.
Where are the holes? What's needed?
The Center for Career Vocation and Leadership is in its early development, but the idea was born before the COVID-19 pandemic. Outside research, students, alumni, and educators were all part of the plan.
It is new, it's fresh, and we have an opportunity to kind of look at where we are and say, what are our students' needs? What are they needing, not just today, but tomorrow?
A program to prepare students for their careers, highlight their leadership potential, and help them find a space to put who they are into the decision of who they will become.
The things that we do come out of who we are as individuals. And if we don't understand who we are, what motivates us, what drives us, what fulfills us, then we have a harder time really engaging in the things that we do.
Incorporating innovative tools, mentors, and more to paint a clearer picture of the possibilities. Because while education is still the first priority,
that's not enough anymore. The field of work, just all kinds of careers are so competitive right now.
Those involved say the hope is to not only help students find a paycheck, but to find their paths. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The center is expected to open sometime next school year, but those involved say it will likely be a couple of years before it is fully established, as it works with the students to see how to best serve them. We first brought you this story last week. Appalachian Regional Healthcare is hosting a school supply drive to aid students impacted by last year's historic flooding. It starts today and will last until Friday. Folks can drop off school supplies at the ARH Distribution Center in Hazard. The Hazard location will be open every day, 9:30 until 4. Donations will also be taken at the Lexington corporate office. That will be open every day from 8 to 5. The Kentucky Brotherhood arrived at the Martin City Police Department Saturday. The Kentucky Brotherhood is an organization which bicycles across the state in support of fallen first responders and their families. In a post on their Facebook page, officials with the Martin City Police Department say the group was honoring Murray Fire Department Battalion Chief Sean Kelly and retired KSP Trooper and Martin Fire Chief Deputy William Petrie. Petrie was killed in the Allen ambush last year. Saturday, people gathered at Keeneland to participate in the 24th annual Run to Recovery. The event is a 5K run and a 1-mile fun walk inviting community members to Keeneland in support of Shepherd's House, a rehabilitation group focused on helping addicts transition back into the community. The group currently has 27 treatment centers in 6 different counties, and Saturday's event not only raised funds for operational cost, but also brought the group together.
It's also a celebration of recovery. It's not actually a run. It's a celebration to all those men and women who had the courage to get sober and live life on life's terms.
All the proceeds from the event will go specifically to the treatment centers, buying everything ranging from items needed for the job programming courses to even fresh sheets and clean clothes for those entering the rehabilitation programs. The Harlan Rotary Club hosted its annual Tommy Lee Memorial Golf Scramble Saturday. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more on why this event is helping kids in Harlan County.
The Harlan Rotary Club has hosted the Tommy Lee Memorial Golf Scramble for more than 3 decades, not just for fun, but to give back to the community.
We've watched our kids, and we know a lot of them really, it's a struggle to go to college, and this was a good opportunity for us to kind of augment that a little bit, and that's what we've been trying to do for 33 years.
Jerry Blanton says they try to give 5 $1,000 scholarships to students attending Harlan High School and Harlan County High School every year.
We're basically the only service club left in Harlan, and we feel like it's our duty and obligation to support this community and do things for it. It's an income-based, it's a need-based scholarship as well as a performance scholarship. So we try to identify the kids that need it the most and project to be successful in college if they get a little help.
Caleb Rose is one of the recipients of this year's scholarship. He is attending the University of the Cumberlands in the fall, and he says every little bit helps.
Just any dollar helps us because college can get pretty expensive, especially nowadays with everything that you got to factor in, like room and board, your tuition, your meals. Anything helps for sure.
He says he is thankful for the money and hopes more kids in the future can get the same opportunity as him.
We really hope that this can continue, and especially with this, the donations help raise a lot, so hopefully more kids like me and all the others that received the scholarship this year can have the same opportunity we did.
Blanton says events like this help give back to a community that needs it. In Harlan County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Blanton says this could not be possible without the many sponsors of the event and overall support from the community.
.640 here on this Monday morning. We're taking a look at downtown Hazard. You can see the fog off in the distance here close to the station, but from Triangle Park, not too bad. The big thing you're going to notice when you walk out the door is the temperature this morning. Dew points are still fairly low. Temperatures kind of on the cooler side this morning. That will not last, though, once the sun gets up, and it's already on the way. Temperatures 56 in Clintwood to 66 there in Monticello. A lot of 50s trying to show up there from basically Williamsburg to Middlesboro to Jonesville to Jacksboro, Wise and Clintwood, Hazard, and that's about it. Grundy could be the next to fall, along with Manchester there, both at 60. Your out the door forecast this morning, again, a mix of sun and clouds for much of the day. Some stray rain chances a little bit later on, and temperatures the coolest they'll be all week at 88. Olivia?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. A cancer treatment you might not have heard of is giving new hope to some patients.